The acrid smell of Cuban cigars assaults my nostrils as I stand outside my father's study, my hand frozen on the brass doorknob. Inside, his voice carries through the heavy oak door, discussing my future as if I'm one of his business assets. The merger with Chavez Industries, through Damien and Cassandra's marriage, will secure our position in the market, he says, followed by the clink of what I know is his favorite crystal whiskey glass. She'll come around, she always does. My name is Cassandra, and at 28 years old, I'm about to disappoint my father for the last time. I push open the door without knocking. The study is dim, lit only by his antique desk lamp. He's not alone. Mr. Chavez sits across from him, both men startled by my entrance. You can't be serious about this arrangement, I say, my voice steadier than I feel. Father sets down his glass, his face hardening. This is a private meeting. Private, about my marriage, that's rich. I step closer, my heels clicking against the hardwood floor. I'm not marrying Damien. Mr. Chavez clears his throat. Perhaps I should give you two a moment. Stay, Father commands. Cassandra, we'll discuss this later. No, we'll discuss it now. I plant my hands on his desk. I've built my own tech company from nothing. I'm not throwing that away to play corporate wife to someone I barely know. Father stands, towering over me. Your little startup is hardly nothing. It was built with my connections, my influence. Your connections, I laugh, the sound bitter even to my ears. The ones who wouldn't give me the time of day until I proved myself? The same ones who now want to partner with my company instead of yours? His face flushes red. Watch yourself, young lady. Or what? You'll cut me off? Go ahead. I straighten up, meeting his gaze. I don't need your money anymore. Mr. Chavez stands awkwardly. Bruce, perhaps we should reconsider. Sit down, James. Father snaps. He turns to me, his voice dropping to that dangerous quiet I remember from childhood. You're making a mistake. This merger could secure both our futures. No, it would secure yours. I'm not your safety net. After everything I've given you. Given me? My voice rises. You've given me nothing but impossible standards and conditional love. Every achievement, every success, it was never enough. Well, guess what? I'm done trying to earn your approval. He slams his hand on the desk. Then get out. If you're so successful, so independent, you won't need your trust fund. You won't need your position on the board. You won't need this family. The words hit like physical blows, but I stand my ground. Fine, I'll have my resignation on your desk tomorrow. Cassandra, Mr. Chavez tries again. Please think about this. I turn to him. Tell Damien I'm sorry, but not sorry enough to sacrifice my life for his father's company. Or mine. Walking to the door, I pause. You know what's funny, Father? You always taught me to be ruthless in business, to never accept less than what I'm worth. I look over my shoulder. I guess I finally learned that lesson. His face is stone. Get out. I close the door behind me, my hands shaking as I walk through the familiar halls of my childhood home. Family portraits mock me from the walls, perfectly posed lies in golden frames. In the foyer, I pass my mother, her face pale with concern. Cassandra, what happened? I heard. Ask your husband, I say, not stopping. I'm sure he'll tell you how I've disappointed the family again. The heavy front door closes behind me with a final thud. In my car, I grip the steering wheel until my knuckles turn white, refusing to let the tears fall. He wanted a ruthless business person. Fine. I'll show him exactly what I've learned from watching him all these years. Game on, Father. Game on. 6 months later, I sit in a shared workspace, surrounded by the rhythmic tapping of keyboards and the buzz of entrepreneurial energy. My laptop screen shows the latest headlines. Turner Industries stock plummets amid market uncertainty. Your father's company is bleeding, Evangeline says, sliding into the chair beside me. Her presence, as always, brings a sense of calm to my chaos. 3 major investors pulled out this morning. I minimize the browser. I know, and I know why. Care to share with the class? She raises an eyebrow, pushing a coffee toward me. Damien. I take a sip. He's been cooking the books at Chavez Industries. When investors caught wind of the merger plans falling through, they started digging. Evangeline leans forward. How did you? I have friends in accounting. I pull up a spreadsheet. Look at these numbers. They don't add up. Damien's been siphoning money for years, and my father was too proud to see it. Speaking of pride, Evangeline gestures to my phone, which lights up with another call from my mother. That's the third time today. I silence it. She made her choice when she stayed silent at that dinner. Cassandra. Evangeline's voice softens. Your startup is thriving. You've proven your point. Have I? I stand, pacing the small space. My father still thinks I'm playing at business. Last week, he told the board I was having a tantrum. The office door bursts open. Mia, my childhood friend, storms in, her face flushed with anger. You could have warned me, she says, throwing a newspaper on my desk. I had to find out from the company memo that you're acquiring the tech division. I freeze. How did you? I still work there, remember? Or did you forget about all of us little people while plotting your revenge? Mia, it's not like that. I reach for her arm, but she steps back. Really? Because from where I'm standing, you're becoming exactly what you claimed to hate. Before I can respond, my phone buzzes with a text. It's from an unknown number. Meet me at the Capitol Grill, 1 p.m. Information about Damien you need to hear. T. I have to go, I tell Evangeline. Can you handle the afternoon meetings? Already on it. She gives me a knowing look. Be careful. The restaurant is packed with the lunch crowd when I arrive. In a corner booth, I spot Thaddeus Cunningham, my father's biggest competitor, and the last person I expected to reach out. Miss Turner, he stands as I approach. Thank you for coming. What's this about? He waits until we're seated, and the waiter leaves. I have a proposition for you, one that could benefit us both. I'm listening. Damien Chavez approached me last week. He's looking to jump ship, wants to sell his shares before the merger fails completely. I lean back. And you're telling me this why? Because, Thaddeus smiles. I think we could do more damage together than separately. Your tech expertise, my market position. You want to partner? I want to give Bruce Turner a taste of his own medicine. And who better to help than the daughter he underestimated? I study him carefully. What's your real stake in this? Something flashes in his eyes. Pain, maybe regret. Let's just say your father has a history of taking things that don't belong to him. My phone buzzes again. Another text, this time from Evangeline. Major security breach at Turner Industries. Systems compromised. Call me ASAP. I look up at Thaddeus, who raises his glass with a knowing smile. Shall we discuss terms? The game just got more interesting. And this time, I'm not playing by anyone's rules, but my own. The security breach turns out to be just the beginning. 3 weeks after my lunch with Thaddeus, I'm staring at my computer screen, watching my father's empire crumble in real time. The legal team found a loophole, Evangeline announces, dropping a thick folder on my desk. But it's risky. One wrong move, and we're looking at serious litigation. I flip through the documents. These contracts, they're all signed by Damien, yes, acting outside his authority. She taps the folder. If we move fast, we can. A knock interrupts us. Mia stands in the doorway, looking uncomfortable in her business suit. Your mother's here. What? I stand so quickly my chair rolls back. I didn't. I let her in, Mia says firmly. She deserves that much. My mother enters, elegant as always, but with new lines around her eyes. Cassandra, please. 5 minutes. I nod to Evangeline, who leaves with Mia, closing the door behind them. Whatever Dad sent you to say, he doesn't know I'm here. Mom sits, her hands clasped tightly in her lap. He's not well, Cassandra. The stress. Stop. I hold up my hand. Don't make me responsible for his health. He did this to himself. Did he? Or are you doing exactly what he would do? Her words hit home. You're so much like him, sweetheart. The same drive. The same. Don't. My voice cracks. I'm nothing like him. Then prove it. End this before it destroys both of you. My phone rings. Thaddeus. I silence it. You don't understand, I tell her. This isn't just about revenge anymore. The company's failing because of Dad's blind trust in Damien. I'm trying to save what's left. By partnering with Thaddeus, she laughs bitterly. There's history there you don't know about. Then tell me. She stands, smoothing her skirt. Ask him about the summer of '92. Ask him what really happened to the original merger plans. Before I can respond, my phone buzzes with an urgent message from Evangeline. Turn on the news, now. I grab the remote, flicking on the wall-mounted TV. The business channel shows Damien at a press conference, his face grave. Regret to announce that due to systematic fraud within Turner Industries, Chavez Industries will be withdrawing from all pending agreements. That snake, I breathe. He's trying to pin his own fraud on Dad. Mom watches the screen, her face pale. Your father will never survive this publicly. Another message from Thaddeus. Meeting, now, bring the contracts. I gather the folder, then pause. Mom, what did you mean about the summer of '92? She reaches the door, then turns. Ask Thaddeus about the woman he loved, the one who chose security over passion. Her eyes meet mine. Ask him about the real reason he hates your father. The implications hit me as she leaves. I sink into my chair, my mind racing. Evangeline bursts in. Cassandra, we need to move. Damien's press conference is tanking both companies' stocks. If we're going to act, get me everything you can find about my parents' marriage. I cut her off. Specifically around 1992, she frowns. What does that have to do with everything? I grab my coat. I'm meeting Thaddeus. Have Mia pull all the financial records from that year too. Cassandra, she calls as I reach the door. Whatever you're thinking, be careful. Corporate wars are one thing, but family secrets. I think of my mother's tired eyes, of Thaddeus's bitter smile when he mentioned my father taking things that weren't his. Sometimes, I say, they're the same thing. The elevator doors close on Evangeline's worried face. Time to find out what else my father stole besides my dreams. The small conference room at Thaddeus's office feels like a pressure cooker. Papers spread across the table show years of financial records, but my eyes keep drifting to a single photograph from 1992. My mother, young and laughing, with Thaddeus's arm around her waist. You were going to tell me about this when? I slide the photo across the table. Thaddeus doesn't touch it. It wasn't relevant. Wasn't relevant? I stand, my chair scraping back. You're using me to get revenge on my father because he married the woman you loved. Sit down, Cassandra. His voice is tired. Yes, I loved your mother. Yes, your father knew about us when he arranged their marriage. But this isn't about that. The door opens and Damien walks in, looking smug. Actually, it's about me. My hand instinctively goes to my phone. Thaddeus shakes his head slightly. Wait. Surprised to see me, Damien loosens his tie. Did you really think I'd let you two dismantle everything I've built? Everything you've stolen, you mean? I pull out a USB drive, including the $50 million you've been funneling through offshore accounts. His smile falters. You can't prove. Actually, she can. Mia steps into the room, holding a stack of documents. I've been tracking your transactions for months, ever since Cassandra warned me what was coming. Damien's face darkens. You're bluffing. Am I? I plug the drive into my laptop, turning the screen toward him. Account numbers, dates, shell companies, everything. You set me up. He snarls at Thaddeus. The merger. The press conference. No, Damien. Thaddeus stands. You set yourself up. We just gave you enough rope to hang yourself. Damien lunges for the laptop. I yank it back, but he grabs my arm. Suddenly, Mia's there, her heel stomping on his foot. He yelps, stumbling back. Security, Thaddeus calls calmly. 2 guards appear instantly. You can't do this. Damien struggles as they grab his arms. My father already knows. I hold up my phone, showing a video call with Mr. Chavez. He's been watching everything. Damien goes pale, as his father's voice fills the room. We'll discuss this at home, son. After the FBI finishing questioning you. The guards lead him out. I turn to Mia. Thank you for everything. She shrugs, but her eyes are softer than they've been in months. That's what friends are for. Even friends who sometimes act like complete idiots. Speaking of idiots, Thaddeus interrupts. Your father's outside. My heart stops. What? I called him. He picks up the old photograph. It's time we all faced our past. The door opens again. My father stands there looking older than I've ever seen him. His eyes go from me to Thaddeus, then to the photo in his hand. So, he says quietly, it's all coming out now. Did you think it never would? Thaddeus's voice is sharp. Did you think you could just take everything, the company, Elise, your daughter's future, and never face consequences? I did what I had to do, Dad's voice shakes, to build something lasting. And look what it cost you. I step forward. Look what you lost. He meets my eyes, and for the first time, I see something crack in his expression. Cassandra, save it. I gather my things. The FBI will be investigating both companies now. Whatever happens next, it happens in the open. No more secrets. Where are you going? Mia asks. To see my mother. I pause at the door. She deserves to know everything's about to change. Cassandra, my father calls. Please. I look back at him, this man who shaped my life with his ambition and his fears. You taught me to be ruthless, Dad, to take what I want, to never show weakness. I smile sadly. I guess some lessons stick. The door closes behind me, leaving 3 decades of secrets and lies to finally face the light. My mother's hands shake as she pours tea in her sunlit kitchen. The morning news drones in the background, reporting on Damien's arrest and the financial scandal rocking both companies. I always knew it would end this way, she says, setting down the teapot. Your father's empire built on quicksand. Why didn't you ever leave him? I ask. After what he did to you and Thaddeus. She laughs softly. Leave? With what? He made sure I had nothing of my own. She touches my hand. But you're different. You built something they can't take away. My phone buzzes. Evangeline. The board's calling an emergency meeting. Your father's trying to maintain control. Let me guess, I say, by selling off the tech division. Worse, he's offering Thaddeus a controlling stake in exchange for a bailout. Mom's face pales. He wouldn't. Another call comes in. Thaddeus. I put it on speaker. Your father's desperate, he says without preamble. He's offering me everything I wanted 30 years ago. Except it's not really his to offer anymore, is it? I pull out my laptop, showing Mom the screen. The tech division's contracts are under my company's control now, thanks to Damien's creative accounting. Cassandra, Mom whispers, what have you done? What Dad taught me to do, play to win. My phone rings again. Mia, turn on channel 7, now. I grab the remote, switching channels. There's my father at a podium, looking haggard. Regret to announce my immediate resignation as CEO of Turner Industries. Recent events have made it clear that new leadership is needed. Mom gasps. He's giving up. No, I say, watching his face. He's playing his last card. Right on cue, he continues. I am hereby appointing my daughter, Cassandra, as interim CEO, effective immediately. The teacup slips from Mom's hand, shattering on the floor. He's trying to trap you, she says, make you responsible for saving his legacy. It's too late for that. I stand, already dialing Evangeline. Get the papers ready, all of them. The hostile takeover documents. She sounds worried. Are you sure? Very. I look at Mom. It's time to end this. Cassandra. Thaddeus's voice comes through the speaker. Think carefully. Once you do this. I already have. I cut him off. Meet me at the office in an hour. Bring your lawyer. After hanging up, I help Mom clean the broken teacup. She grabs my wrist suddenly, her grip tight. Listen to me, she says urgently. There's something else you need to know about your father. about why he really pushed you so hard. Mom, I need to go. He has another family. The words hit like a physical blow. What? A son, from before we married. She releases my wrist. That's why he needed the merger with Chavez so badly. To keep it quiet. To protect his heir. My phone buzzes again. Dad this time. His message is simple. Please let me explain. A brother, I whisper, all this time. Half-brother, Mom corrects. And he works for Thaddeus. The pieces click into place. Thaddeus's inside information, the convenient timing, everything. Who? My voice sounds strange to my own ears. Think, Cassandra. Who's been helping Thaddeus destroy your father's company from the inside? I sink into a chair as realization hits. The person who always seemed to be one step ahead, who knew exactly where to look for evidence against Damien, who had access to everything. Mia, I breathe. It's Mia's husband. Mom nods slowly. Now you understand what's really at stake. I grab my keys, my mind racing. The board meeting starts in an hour, and now I know exactly what cards everyone's holding. Time to reshuffle the deck. The charity gala buzzes with nervous energy. Everyone who's anyone in the business world is here, watching the drama unfold, like vultures circling a carcass. I adjust my black evening gown, scanning the crowd. Your father just arrived, Evangeline murmurs, appearing at my elbow with 2 champagne flutes. West entrance, and he's not alone. I turn to see Dad walking in with Mia and her husband, Robert, my half-brother, the man I've known for 3 years without knowing who he really was. Ready for this? Evangeline asks. I was born ready. I down the champagne. Is everything in place? Thaddeus is waiting in the library. The documents are prepared. I make my way across the room, feeling eyes following my every move. Mia catches my gaze, her face a mixture of guilt and defiance. Robert whispers something in her ear, and she nods. Quite a turnout, Thaddeus says, as I enter the library. Everyone waiting to see who wins the game. Where's your lawyer? On his way. Your father's too, I assume. A noise at the door makes us turn. Dad stands there, Robert beside him. They look so similar now that I know. The same set to their jaw, the same calculating eyes. Hello, sister, Robert says quietly. Don't. I hold up my hand. You don't get to play that card now. Cassandra, Dad steps forward. Let me explain. Explain what? How you kept my brother a secret. How you used Mia to spy on me. Or how about explaining to Mom why you trapped her in a loveless marriage while having another family on the side? It wasn't like that. Robert cuts in. He didn't know about me until I was 18. My mother never told him. And when you did find out, I turned to Dad. You what? Decided to keep us apart while using both of us to build your empire. I was protecting you both. No, Thaddeus speaks up. You were protecting yourself, as always. The door opens again. Mia enters with a USB drive in her hand. It's done. Everything you asked for. I look at her sharply. Both sets of files. She nods, not meeting my eyes. All of it. The real accounts. The shadow board. Everything. What files? Dad demands. The ones proving you've been running 2 sets of books for years, Robert says. 1 for each family. 1 for each company. Dad's face goes pale. You helped them? He asks Robert. My own son. That's rich. I laugh bitterly. Now he's your son. I did what you taught us both to do, Robert says. Protect our interests. Thaddeus takes the USB from Mia. The board will have these files in an hour. Unless what? Dad's voice is dangerous. Unless you sign everything over, I say. To both of us, equally. You're blackmailing me, my own children. Learned from the best, Robert and I say, simultaneously. Then look at each other in surprise. Dad sinks into a chair, suddenly looking every one of his years. Everything I did, I thought I was protecting our legacy. No, I step closer. You were protecting your control, but that ends tonight. The papers. Thaddeus slides them across the desk. Sign them, Bruce. Give your children what they've earned. Dad looks up at us, his secret son, his rebellious daughter, the empire he built crumbling around him. You'll destroy everything, he whispers. No, Robert says. We'll build something better, something honest. I hold out a pen. Your choice, Dad. Sign, or we release everything. His hand shakes as he reaches for the pen. Outside, the gala continues, unaware that in this quiet library, an empire is changing hands. Just remember, Dad says as he signs, power comes with a price. I hope you're both ready to pay it. I meet Robert's eyes across the desk. For the first time, I see my own determination reflected back at me. We already have, I say. Now it's your turn. The boardroom feels like a courtroom. As I stand at the head of the table, every seat is filled. Board members, major shareholders, lawyers, and my father, sitting alone at the far end. The votes are in, Evangeline announces, passing me the final tally. Before we read them, Dad stands. I'd like to say something. Haven't you said enough? Thaddeus asks from his seat. Let him speak, Robert says quietly. He's sitting beside Mia, their hands clasped tight. Dad clears his throat. For 30 years, I built this company believing that success meant control, that love meant possession. He looks at me, then Robert. I was wrong. Save the confession, I say. We're here to vote on the restructuring. Please, his voice cracks. Just listen. When your mother left me, Robert, I thought I'd lost everything. Then I met Elise, and I couldn't risk losing again. So I controlled everything, everyone, including me, I say. The daughter you tried to mold into your perfect heir. Yes. He runs a hand through his gray hair. But you became something better. Both of you did. You became stronger than I ever was. Robert stands. Stop. This isn't about your redemption. This is about the future of the company I built for you, the company you built for yourself. I correct him, using us as pawns. Evangeline clears her throat. The votes, Cassandra? I open the envelope, but Dad's not finished. Wait. He pulls out a folder. There's something else, something not even Thaddeus knows about. Thaddeus leans forward. What are you talking about? The real reason I took a lease from you. Dad opens the folder. These patents, they weren't mine. They were yours. The foundation of Turner Industries. It was built on your research, your innovations. The room erupts in murmurs. Thaddeus stands so fast his chair tips over. You stole my work? I bought it, Dad corrects. From the partner who betrayed you, the one who sold you out while you were pursuing a lease. I look at the documents, then at Robert. Did you know about this? He shakes his head, face pale. So everything, I say slowly, everything was built on lies. Not everything, Dad says. Your success, that's real. Your innovations, those are yours. You've both surpassed anything I could have built. The votes, Evangeline reminds me gently. I tear open the envelope. Unanimous. The board approves the restructuring. Effective immediately, Robert and I will serve as co-CEOs. And Turner Industries? Dad asks. Will be merged with my tech company and Robert's holdings under a new name. Phoenix Industries, Robert announces, rising from the ashes of what you built. Dad sinks into his chair. And me? You'll retain a seat on the board, I say, but no voting power. Consider it a courtesy. And these? Thaddeus holds up the patent documents. Will be returned to their rightful owner, Robert says, with compensation. The board members begin filing out, leaving just our fractured family and Thaddeus. You know what the worst part is, Dad? I walk to his chair. You could have had it all, honestly, openly. We would have helped you build something amazing. I know that now. He looks up at me, tears in his eyes. Can you ever forgive me? Forgiveness has to be earned, Robert says, joining me, just like trust. Then let me earn it, Dad pleads. Let me try to make things right. I look at Robert, seeing my own conflict reflected in his face. Then at Thaddeus, who nods slightly. Okay, I say finally. You can try. But this time, you play by our rules. Dad stands shakily. Thank you. Don't thank us yet, Robert warns. This is just the beginning. As we leave the boardroom, I feel lighter somehow. The weight of revenge has been replaced by something else. The possibility of redemption, not just for Dad, but for all of us. The real work starts now. The autumn breeze carries the scent of new beginnings. As I walk through the renovated Phoenix Industries campus, workers are installing the new sign, a rising phoenix replacing the old Turner logo. The tech team finished moving into the East Wing. Evangeline falls into step beside me. Robert's environmental division takes the West tomorrow. And Dad, already in his new office, the small one, by accounting. She smirks. Quite a change from the executive suite. We enter the lobby where Mia waits with a stack of papers. The press is ready for the announcement. Where's Robert? Here, he calls, jogging up with Mom and Thaddeus. Sorry, last-minute details with the foundation launch. The Turner Cunningham Foundation. Our attempt to right some of Dad's wrongs, starting with funding for young entrepreneurs who might otherwise get crushed by corporate giants. Ready for this? Robert asks, straightening my jacket collar. Born ready, little brother. I'm 2 months older than you, he grumbles, but he's smiling. We step into the press room together. Camera flashes explode as we take the podium. In the back, I spot Dad slipping in quietly. Phoenix Industries represents more than a merger, I begin. It's a promise to build success through innovation, not manipulation, through collaboration, not control. Robert takes over. Today, we're announcing our first major initiative. The Turner Cunningham Foundation will provide grants to startup companies, focusing on sustainable technology and ethical business practices. And the first recipient, I continue, will be Mia Tran's environmental tech startup. Mia's head snaps up in surprise. We hadn't told her. Because sometimes I look directly at her. The best way to repair broken trust is to show trust in return. Questions flood in from reporters. Robert handles them smoothly, while I watch Dad's reaction. He's nodding slightly, and for once, I see pride in his eyes, without the usual calculation behind it. After the press conference, we gather in my office. Mom, Dad, Robert, Mia, Thaddeus, and Evangeline. Our strange, complicated family. I have something for you both, Dad says, pulling out 2 envelopes. Letters I wrote, but never sent. One when Robert was born, one when Cassandra started her first company. Dad, Robert starts. Please, he interrupts. I'm learning to do things differently, starting with honesty. I open my letter, reading aloud. My dearest daughter, today, you proved me wrong in the best possible way. You showed me that true strength isn't in controlling others, but in lifting them up. I've never been more proud or more ashamed of my own failures. Robert's letter is similar. Pride mixed with regret. Love tangled with fear. It's a start, Mom says softly. A small one, but still. Speaking of starts, Thaddeus clears his throat. Elise, would you join me for dinner tonight? Just dinner, he adds quickly. Just friends catching up. Mom smiles. I'd like that. Well, Evangeline raises her water glass. To new beginnings? To family, Robert counters. The one we choose to be. To Phoenix Industries, Mia adds. Rising from the ashes. To forgiveness, Dad says quietly. And second chances. I look around at these people. My once enemy brother, now my strongest ally. My former friend Mia, finding her way back. My parents, healing old wounds. Thaddeus, transforming from adversary to mentor. To truth, I say finally, because that's where all healing starts. We clink glasses as the setting sun paints the room golden. Outside, the new Phoenix logo catches the light, its wings spread wide against the sky. Below it, workers are installing our new company motto, Success Through Unity. Dad reads it and chuckles. Not exactly victory at any cost. No, Robert and I say together, it's better. And for the first time since this all began, I feel not the fierce satisfaction of revenge, but the quiet peace of restoration. Sometimes the best victory isn't in destroying what hurt you, but in building something better from the ruins. That's the real power of rising from the ashes.